Hello, I'm Otto and welcome to episode 57 of my Factorio Space Age Guide. So in the last episode, we made a build for water to put on our bus. Well, and we kind of determined what was going to be on our bus. We also set up a small build for kind of like power and rocket fuel. So I forgot to mention in the video, oh, and I have also since moved these down. Shifted them down 2 spaces. They were here and here. I moved them down because we are going to make an ammonia build here in this episode. I forgot to mention that I intentionally used chemical plants here for the rocket fuel. We could have used the cryogenic plants, but I really wanted this to be able to fit between the roboports that are supposed to be here and here. And I played around with the cryogenic plant build and it wasn't working out for me, so I made it with chemical plants instead. However, since then, I fiddled around with a cryogenic plant build again and was able to come up with something that I can fit between our roboports and our city block, so we will be possibly swapping this out maybe at the end of this episode. But for this episode, we are going to be making some ammonia. Now, we already have some ammonia being crafted over here with our... Oh, come on, bots. Being crafted over here with our platforms, our ice platforms. And I keep dumping the contents. Try to get these guys to make some more. We are a little scarce on ice platforms at the moment, but once we start hooking this up, it will kind of work itself out. Yes, so like I said, in this episode, we're going to be making some ammonia, and I wanted to come up with a build that kind of was just ammonia that destroyed the ice after. It wasn't really working out for me, or at least destroying part of the ice. It wasn't working out for me, so unfortunately I did have to scrap that as well. But we are going to be putting some ammonia here, and this will be our ice and ammonia. And if we need some extra ammonia later, I do have some ideas. There are ways that we can get around that, and I was just trying to make it all in one build. It wasn't going to work out for me. So anyways, moving on, we need some cryogenic plants. I have 4. We're going to need quite a few more. So I'm going to grab some more lithium. We have some lithium, so I'm going to drop that back in. And this one will continue to craft some. Come on, buddy. I need at least 8. There we go. I also want to make sure that this does not run out of ice. I have some ice being collected over here. Alright, if we run out of ice here, that is our power source, basically. And that would be bad. So anyways, back to the build. I did not put cryogenic plants on my bars. Even with the cryogenic plant being the base level and the chemical plant being epic, it still crafts faster than the chemical plant. So that's why I was really kind of adamant on I need to figure out a build for the cryogenic plants, because once we start upcycling this, yeah, I mean, we can do so much with some of that stuff. Anyways, so for a... we can shift all this over later if we need. So I want 4 cryogenic plants. Yeah, I can already see this is going to have to go over. And so 4 cryogenic plants making ice and ammonia. And I want the ammonia to be on the top. So the way that we're going to bring this in is we're going to have an offshore pump. There. Now, if you force stamp it in, you will have situations like that where things get kind of deleted, but you can actually fit this in a 1x2 square, so you'll just have to replace all of this stuff after. Not a huge deal. Okay, so that's how we're getting in the... I am so terrible at pronouncing this. The ammoniacal solution. Yes. So we are also going to need to get ice out onto a belt. And we are going to do that with undergrounds. Actually, these were supposed to be connected. Yeah. Like that. Yes. And we are going to have pipes coming down through the middle of these. Sorry, heating pipes. Because everything on the inside will need to be heated. And we are largely going to be using undergrounds to manage that. Like this. And as for the actual pipes, actually we're going to do some pipes right here because I want chemical plant or cryogenic plants on the other side as well. This will also have its own. Really? Come on. That is quite annoying. It is what it is. Hey, there we go. We got there. And these will continue on through. As a matter of fact, they can just go around like this, and this can come down and meet them here. It's nice to have like squares. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like some of the, it matters a little bit. Like the heat will travel through these pipes either way, and they're largely based on, I guess, segments traveled. Anyways, so we are going to be using stacker inserters. Stack inserters. And the reason why is because these things produce 10, just base level, they produce 10 ice per second. And this would be, if we just use the regular green bulk inserters, this would be too much ice. We would not be able to put all of this on one belt. So we are going to be using the stack inserters. That way we can actually increase the capacity of the belts by 4. And that will be how we end up getting most of our ice. So for the output, we don't want the, so we want the ice to go out to the left. And we are going to have this be modular as usual. So this is going to be output here, and the ammonia is going to be output in the opposite direction. Like that, so all these are connected. And then this will come out here. And then be allowed to go out onto the bus over here. So we need the incoming heat source to come this way. And we need to just make sure that all of this is going to get heated. And as for this one, we are going to drag from over here and wrap this one around. And by proximity, that should allow everything else. Okay. So that is how we're going to manage that. As far as a power, I probably could have left some room up here somewhere, but we are just going to plug one in over here and plug one in over here. Thankfully, we have the epic quality, so that will reach everything that we need to reach. And once we increase the capacity for this, which we are going to do shortly, you will see that it will also connect down here. So let's go ahead and copy this. And we just want to line it up with the heat pipes. Okay, obviously we're going to have some issues with the... Yeah, we're just going to force stamp it in. It's going to mess up our offshore pumps, unfortunately, but we... What? Oh, come on. Really? It doesn't like me doing this with the offshore pumps. Nice. There. I guess we're going to be placing them back after the fact. So we're going to have this tripled up. And that is going to give us a full belt of ice. Completely full stacked belt of ice. Once we get the offshore pumps back in. I need some more of these. 8. And we need some more refined concrete. Oh, whoops, that was ice. Nah, that's fine. We need to put some ice in here. Oh, that was not fine. Abort, abort, put it back. That's what I wanted. Sorry, bots. They're about to use up every single bit of power that I have left. Man, it is going to be so much better once we get to the epic and legendary bots. Is that it? We don't have... Man, we need a ton of this ice platform. Okay, so since we have to wait for that anyways, and this is crafting pretty slow, we are going to drag this line down and see if we can connect it to wherever we need it on the bus. And hopefully this does not get in the way of anything. Looks like it might. And then we just need to get this some heat. So we're just going to drag this all the way down. Like that, and it will do its thing. And we also need to get some ice in. Ice and oil. I mostly wanted to drag the ammonia down here though so that we can kind of start letting that build up. Actually, I might even just temporarily give us an easier option to dump it. Yeah, and that'll fill up pretty fast. I know someone's going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're dumping all that ammonia. It is what it is. Okay, so we still need some... Yeah, we still need some cryogenic plants. And I do believe that covers it. Let's make sure that some of this is going to be connected. So this is all connected here. Yes. And yes. So, okay. Now the last thing we need to do is obviously get our offshore pumps back in, which is going to mess everything up. It is what it is. Why did you not? Oh, we do have ice. Awesome. You can place it on frozen concrete. You just don't want to. Actually... I wonder if I copy this instead. Nope. Ah, oh well. It is what it is. Just make sure that when you force those back in and redo your cryogenic plants, you want to make sure that they are all facing the right direction. So these still needed still needed some solution. Okay, and then for the connection for these, we're just gonna connect it right here. Okay, and that is our ammonia build. So as these start to heat up, they will the pipes will heat up and thaw all of this out. Okay, so we have ammonia. We need some oil. And all of this is going to have to be heated. Oh, yay. Thankfully, this guy's going... Ooh! Mostly going strong. Okay, these need to be connected. And heated. Something like that. Janky is perfectly fine in this case. We just need this to do something, right? And I also want to get the ice down here. Some of this other stuff is going to be a little bit more... we might do some solid fuel back here somewhere. We'll see. We basically have two options for it. Bring it, like, build it out here somewhere and drag it through the bus. Or build it on the bus somewhere. We could maybe do it here because I didn't want to... we still would have been fine, maybe. Okay, so we have oil, and where did that ice go? Ice is here. Oof. Come on, you can do it. There's so much more to... Yeah, you can see that this is not thawing out, and that's largely because of these. That's okay. Once we get everything up and running, this one will help to heat the pipes, and it will be a nice little asset for that. And worst case scenario, we can make another row of these, like out here. I mean, well, probably not next to this one, but, you know, as we go down, we can just add in some more of those if necessary. Okay, so I also said that we were going to make another little build for the cryogenic rocket fuel. So we're going to do the same thing that we did over here. We're going to just build it out over here. You're going to have to just take my word for it. Whoops, whack the mic. Take my word for it that it's going to work. So we have, oh good, we do have the correct amount of cryogenic plants. So we need these spaced out again. The middle one is going to be solid fuel. the top and the bottom are going to be rocket fuel. And I need the water to be in the middle for this one. I need the oil to be on top, and I need the water to be on the bottom here. Okay, so similar to the way that we did the other one, we're going to have a line of heat coming through here. And we're going to have a heating tower here and here next to each other. We're going to have a, let's see, down here. And this will allow us to put in for now, I guess it'll allow us to heat this up so we can actually see what we're doing. And then we will need this to come through because this was part of the problem that I was having with the other one was... Oh, wait a minute. I can't do that. Well, this could be a problem. This will be a problem. Okay, well, let's just play this out and see how it works, because I did have a little bit of wiggle room. So, I need water to come out to here. And this water will come down to here as well. That one's going to be in the middle. This one's going to be on the top section. Can I make this work without... I think I can. If I whack at the mic again, if I move this down, or if I move this up, that's a good range for this. This is heated. This is the ammonia. I think this is going to work. Okay, and our oil is going to come out to here. And it is going to get its heat source from the other side. Yeah, in my little diagram, I forgot to put the inserters in, and as a matter of fact, we can probably just back this up. That. Okay, so this one has water. It's going to have solid fuel coming in from here. Ammonia here, water here. We have oil. Okay, so everything over here is heated up. It's not terrible looking. It's a little choppy, but, you know, some of our straight lines line up. Okay, so for heat exchangers, do I have any heat exchangers on me? I do. Each one of these is going to get its own heat exchanger. And because we can, we're going to have one in the middle. So I also need water. Okay, really? Oh, okay, no. I only need water on one side. So this is our water line here. Whew, Okay, we're good. We're in the clear. Power is going to be here. And this heat exchanger needs some heat as well. Okay. We need some steam turbines. I feel like I've already moved that before. Okay, everything is heated up. Everything is working. These are going to get rocket fuel in here. And unfortunately, I am not going to be able to get any spare rocket fuel out. It kind of is what it is. Unless... Nope. Nope. I'm not going to do it on the sides. Okay, so that is going to be our kind of like heated up build. So it seems like the other one might actually be favorable. And just to kind of show, it should fit where... Nope. And it fits actually very... we actually have tons of room. I ended up with an extra 2 blocks. How about that? Okay, so that is going to be it for me for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to get more of this hooked up. We didn't even give this power. Let's give this guy some power. These might have to move out. That's fine. That's actually very fine. And at some point, like I said before, we will give these some pumps so that they have... so that this will be kind of like a starting point, and then it will go down through the rest of the build. Yes, so this is now actively giving us some ammonia. The other one is kind of just a spare. We're going to start clearing that line. Once we need ammonia, we will largely rely on this one over here. And this will just kind of be secondary because all of the ice is being consumed. Okay, that is going to be it for me for this episode. I might try to fiddle with this some more and maybe see if I can squeeze some rocket fuel out of it. Since I had some extra room, that might not be as hard as I think it's going to be. As a matter of fact, I already see the solution. There, done. We're gonna be it's gonna be not some like it's not gonna fit exactly between the robo ports, but it is what it is. Okay, that is it for me for this episode. In the next one, we are probably gonna be doing lithium. All right, so I will see you then, and thanks for watching.